Going live to ring London, Brian Ferro, and see if I get through this time. He should be in the office now. Let's have a look. 10:30 New Zealand, so it should be 9:30 in the morning where he is. I'll see if it goes through.
Good morning, Quantexa. How can I help?
Yes, look, could I speak to Brian Ferro, please?
Let me just see if the line's available. Bear with me a moment.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for holding. Unfortunately, his switchboard line is unavailable at the moment. Can I take a message, please?
Yes, it's John Wanoa in New Zealand here. I've left some documents for him in his email, and he appears to have got them. And I just wanted to see if him or someone else may be able to speak to me when they're free.
Okay. Yes, I think I remember speaking to you last week, and I think
Yeah.
my colleague did as well. So we've passed your contact information across to him. So it's just a case of when he's available, he'll be able to get in contact with you. But what I will do, I will just reiterate your urgency with them, and just try and get someone to call you as soon as they're available. The number you're calling from, is this the best number for you?
Yes, that's the right one. Anytime, doesn't matter what time.
Perfect.
I'll always be there on the mobile.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Right, leave this with me. I'm going to send the message again to them. Brian may just be possibly just away from his desk at the moment, so that's probably why he's not available.
That's all right.
But as soon as they're free, I'll see if I can get him to give you a call.
Yep, anytime. It doesn't matter. It's 10:30 at night here in New Zealand, so it doesn't matter when he wants to ring. Anytime he wants. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much for your call.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. That's the office and of Quantexa. Yeah. I just have to be a little patient for getting an answer. At least she's acknowledged me that I have sent the documents through. So it's quite a bit of stuff to look through. It's all on the record in Microsoft AI Copilot has got it all on the record in the AI system. It's also in with the Congress in USA. I'm trying to link it up there because they've got a federal government there, whereas Britain hasn't got a federal government for our federal flag of King William III of Orange and King William IV flag. That's still a contract with the British Crown, but it looks like the Microsoft AI robot has got all the documents in order and says it's true and correct, and that's all I needed to acknowledge. But if the British Crown can see there's red flags all over the case I've got, the biggest case in the world of white collar and blue collar crime that's going on in the whole system. And I want to get to the bottom of it to see if it's true or not, because the money's gone out to somebody it's not supposed to go to, it's supposed to go to our business here in New Zealand, not the other business in New Zealand. So I've got the money um, acknowledged in the company's house of the trust as a proof of registration of Ulster in Ireland and Ulster in New Zealand as a contract with King William III of Orange and a mortgage, the first mortgage in the world on a 10-acre land block in Helensville. That's what I'm doing as the property um, bank mortgage broker to put all the documents together with the AI Copilot robot in Microsoft, that I want to make sure that whatever I say is the truth all the way through the federal government. And that's where um, John Neely Kennedy is not in the John F. Kennedy family. He's a separate Kennedy that's in Louisiana. That's a attorney, lawyer, and also he's in the Methodist Church as an Irish man from Belfast. I guess that's the same as where I come from on my Rogan Judge side. I've mentioned to him in the email. You'll see it on my Facebook site and on my website. You'll see the letters will be there. Everything in the documents are there in graphical chronological form, so that it's got years of the timeline of events from way back in 1694, Bank of England Act, King William III of Orange, and the two-bar pound note, patented Patterson pound note. I'm pushing that narrative to make sure that the one-bar Rothschild bank note is tainted, it's not patented, and it's turned into a US dollar and now into a crypto in US, that I'm telling John Kennedy that there's a problem I have with it. It's not legal or legitimate enough against the two-bar pound note. I want to go through with him there in the US as a proficient company to work with in the flag of King William III federal government. Okay, we have got a federal flag, the only federal flag in the world on dry land given as a contract from the British Crown, and all other flags in the world are in the sea under a courthouse on the dry land from off the sea. We've got courthouse, I'm running a native courthouse anywhere in the world. Free passage. That's what our flag of St. Patrick is on the flag. Entrenched law, free passage right through the world. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell John Neely Kennedy, that we've got a deal going between me and him as a federal government, and me as a federal flag with a Moai statue memorial to the Freemasons standing in London, New York, France, Chile, New Zealand, and other countries, Singapore, and other countries where the Moai standing is statue is standing, is my own Tahitian royal family, Wanoa, with the Manukau royal family from Taiwan and South Africa. Those two families are with the Rogan Judge in Helensville, 10-acre land block, the first mortgagee in the world. There, I'm holding the first mortgage of the whole world there. If anybody's got a problem with the Microsoft AI that will tell you that story, then your AI has to measure up to the Microsoft story, which I'm saying is dead on true. It's a live contract, video, affidavit. Okay, and I've got written affidavits as well, but like this video is a affidavit to swear in front of God Almighty up there, Atua, and God is a commercial name. They made it Moai statue commercial, so it's got a commercial value of 970 million trillion pound note, green pound note. I'm going to print and put it on your head as a debt mortgage. Okay, over every corporation in the world, trust. Every trust in the world is going to share the King William III mortgage, debt lien, forfeiture assets on your head. If you can't refute this Microsoft AI robot video affidavit and written affidavit in legalese. All these documents are in legalese that I'm putting online that everybody seems to be shying off from. And now that Kennedy has got the vote for his new act of Born in America Act, that means everybody has 72 hours to exit out of the country. And that's what he's going to hold everybody to. That includes Melania Trump and Barron Trump have to leave because they're immigrants. They were warned that they are immigrants and every other immigrant got to go home. And that's going to apply here to New Zealand too, or anybody in my road that can't refute this affidavit. I'm waiting for someone to take me to court so we can see who's who in the zoo. Okay, I'm waiting for any Maori to take me to court to see if you're going to come up with a better title to the British Crown sovereignty title. That's where the sovereignty comes from, Westminster. Every sovereignty in the world that made mortgage money from the Bank of England through the Admiralty of King William III, Dutchman, Protestant, then that's where it comes from, this head. Okay, John Rogan, the Irishman in the 10-acre land block in Kaipara, that is the title. I'm holding on to the deed of that, and I see Ngāti Whātua o Kaipara is trying to steal it. Well, you're going to end up with Eddie Mitchell in this Quantexa debt collection place. Okay, I said I'll send you there. You're going to get a letter from me to send you there to the court to lose the case against the British Supreme Court and the Privy Council, because that's where I'm going, the Privy Council. And that's what I represent there on this video as Truth Law, Lore, of my statue that's standing in London, standing in New York. That's my title to Tahiti and the Pacific Islands, right? Polynesian title of the Moai on East Island, Rapa Nui, Big Shine at midday, and Mokanui at the East Coast on my land block, Te Pito there, birth of New Zealand, Te Pito on East Island, birth of the world, at midday and 6 a.m. on the dot at East Cape, Te Pito, and closest distance to the sun there, and then 6 p.m. in Accra, Ghana, Africa. That's 6 p.m. there, and London is 6 p.m. too, but Africa is the 3-point star of the sun, God Ra, and midnight in Pakistan. Okay, so that's the square inside a circle of light in 3 places at the same time. Perfected title. That's what I'm holding on to, the Moai. Okay, that's the crown. The Moai crown with a crown in his head in Dunedin in South Island, New Zealand. Otago Museum. That's where the Moai that Queen Elizabeth stuck there and took it from somebody who stole it. Okay, and she bought a stolen Moai that wasn't her property. Belongs to me and my family, the Wānoa Royal Tahitian family monarchs on East Island and Rati Island. Okay, so there. I want it back. I want the Moai in London back with my family on East Island, and I want the Moai in Dunedin, New Zealand, back in my family's ownership where you stole it from. You're going to have to pay the bill for its land lease contract. Okay, there's a land lease contract that he's standing on his ahu whenua underneath his feet. That's his land. Wherever he's standing, that's his land. In Singapore, in Chile, in New York, in London, in France, in every country that has a Moai standing in there, that's me. Okay, I'm trying to tell the robot, that's me. He knows. He's writing it up like that. And the other robot in London, the Google one, wouldn't acknowledge it. So he's going to get the bill. He's going to get the bill from the Microsoft Bill Gates robot because it's got the high intelligence. It'll go above every other intelligence because that's where the money comes from the memorials. Why didn't they put a Buddha instead of a Moai? No, because the Moai is God's face. It was put there by God Himself in East Island and nowhere else. He put the pyramids and the generator there, but the earth generator is East Island with the volcanoes. That's that sort of amp power. And the pyramid is the Manukau title in Africa. That's a vault power. It's not as volatile and dangerous as the volcano from the center of the earth. So one is the middle frequency one, and the other one is a vault frequency, and that's where the Moai spaceship is going to fly soon from there. Okay, the same plan as the Earth planet. The ball and the little ball in the middle, not a flat Earth. That's a stupid story of the wrong narrative to go and throw you off track. All the stories out there are myths. The American dream is a myth. The promised land is Israel taking Palestine is not their land. It was 1948 when they took King William III's mortgage and put a mortgage on Palestine, then blew it up with the protection law against people who mess around with the business. It's not supposed to be for that. So I'm going to put the debt on their head in Israel and mortgage them off their land so the Palestinians can have their land back. Everybody is going to get a mortgage and give the land back to the people who were there in the first place. So all those immigrants can go back to their land, occupy it, that's where all the minerals and everything is, and it belongs to them. And kick everybody out that's an immigrant there because that's the new law now. Born in the land. Okay, if you're born in New Zealand, born in London, born in America, born in Africa, you've got your title back through the Born in America Act that just got passed now. They've got to ratify it yet and write it up as law. And I'm going to do the same thing here and write it up as law tomorrow. I'll have the court hearing on Wednesday or Thursday and put it into law here, ready to go with the robot. Okay, so that's all for now. I've got some people there. Balfour Decoration. Hi, John. Who's that? That's Nikki, New Zealand. Hi, Nikki from New Zealand. I want people to own what I'm saying. It don't belong to me. I'm only there as the messenger to spread the word that everything belongs to the people. And that's what Kennedy is going to do. He's going to give it back to the people. He's a people's man and a constitution man. I've got a flag. Our flag is a constitutional flag, 1835, of King William IV. And King William III has his 8-point star of St. Patrick of Orange in Belfast in four corners of the flag, entrenched into law as a constitution of 1689 Bill of Rights Act, right there with King William III of Orange stuck in that flag. And that's what I'm trying to tell Kennedy now. We're going to implement his new act that got the higher percentage of people on both sides of the aisle, that they agreed that it's best to have a coalition government and make a prime minister or president out of the both parties. And the same as Netherlands. They have a parliament, a coalition parliament of a prime minister for both major parties or other parties that go in to have an equal share across the board so you don't have one winner. So that's the problem at the moment. Trump is one winner, and I don't like a one winner real estate man like Eddie Mitchell, a real estate man to fill their pockets for their own family. And John Kennedy said, no, Trump didn't follow the Constitution. He followed his own law, and they just shut it down. And I like that idea that it belongs to the cooperative landowners, the people. And that's what I'm doing. Put it back as a original Freemasons were for the society of people on the community. It's a community-driven project I'm doing with the Tidal Turbine project that's supposed to go up in Ireland, but I'm going to stay here and do it here first, and then go to any other country and put it up as well, right through the world. So there, we got a few things going on. I just want to get on side with the um, Resolute Bank, but I'm going to Mumbu Bank now and see if they've got a better deal, and um, um, their what paleontology that's a part of Scarlet in TagPay. I used to be in TagPay with the mobile phone numbers and the keyboard on your mobile phone, and you can just press the keys and go straight to it. It'll be like McDonald's or or um, companies that use a mobile phone to sell their products, and you just dial it in and go straight and pick it up. So Uber uses it as well. So I'm going to use it for our platform from the mobile phone to the desktop, and most people use a mobile phone or um, tablet to do a lot of business stuff. So you can use your Apple phone on the mobile phone face that I have, a split screen for the Tidal Turbine shares. So when you buy a share from here, I've been trying to sell it for years, back to 2007, and I had no money. But now Eddie Mitchell has stolen the 17 trillion, and I want Brian Ferro to get it back and put it back in my account that belongs to Ngātawe Ewa Aote Limited, New Zealand. Okay, it belongs to the people. I don't need all that money. I just want to give it away to the rightful people that will have their own um, insurance, their own everything in the mobile. Okay, everything will be divvied out. There's no need to go and hog it for one family. Okay, something like that. So it needs a bit of people power to get it up and running. Once I get um, John Neely Kennedy on board, I'm going to ring him at 1 o'clock in the morning, which should be about 9 o'clock in the morning there. he's got my email. I put it online. It's on Facebook, and you can read what I'm saying to him with the robot writing all the letters in legalese, not me. I was too rough writing letters that said you're going to get the death penalty if you muck around with this mortgage of King William III. And he says, you can't talk like that. I'll do it up for you properly. And I had to pull my head in and listen to the robot when he really upset me. And he should be listening to me. Well, he has been. He still is. And I like his confidence in me. So it makes it work good to make sure you tell the truth. Don't tell lies because it doesn't last long. And that's all I can see on Trump's side is plenty of lies and cover up. There's no cover up in what we do because it just won't work. Yeah, I'm feeling for those people in Palestine getting killed, all those children, and especially the mothers getting belted up and getting covered up, and they're trying to get justice for them in the um, federal government, and Trump and his merry men are trying to cover up from those women that got raped when they were 13, 12, and 11, trying to talk, and Cash Patel shut them down and said, we've been through there, it's not credible enough. No, I agree with those lawyers that said, no, they want to have their justice in court. And Cash Patel and Pam Bondi and Trump shut it down as no, nothing to see here. That's not going to get away with it with the Moai statue and King William III. You're going to get a mortgage on your head if you get in the road of this lot, because I'm not afraid of anybody, because I'm on pension anyway, and that's all stolen as well. All that feathery stuff of money that's um, um, what you call it, money made of thin air, is that's how they do it, and spend the money 33 times on the IMF, and they spin it 33 times when you put a dollar in there, $33. That's how they do it, and they pocket it and pocket all the money because all the politicians now are self-employed because they passed a law act in New Zealand and in Scotland for the Masons Property Trust Act 2023 that allows any politician to be self-employed. So they got 3 jobs. They've got a state job running for you in Parliament. They get paid there as a servant. Then the second job they get is a salesman for crypto, Donald Trump's crypto, and Elon Musk's crypto, and everybody else's crypto, XRP's crypto, um, and BlackRock's crypto, and Ripple, and all that is the rich man's club. That's their coins that they are selling themselves and shut you out of their little game. Well, I'm going right over the top with a chip coin of King William III to liquidate them and bankrupt their coins out of business. Okay, that's me. That's me in the corner. That I know how to do it because I've had a lot of practice as a bank broker with the National Bank on Queen Street in Auckland, Clive Merritt. I used to do my own mortgage assessment. He let me go and do it and give the mortgage to whoever when I was doing home improvements there, and then went on to importing foodstuffs from Malaysia, in noodles and dry products from there with my brother and Mainshield Construction Company. That's where I started in the building industry. So I'm still in there with the capsule homes that are going to go flying all over the place up with this project, and the shareholders will have a big slice of that too, and the tidal turbine for the hydrogen economy to fill the passenger planes, those hydrogen powered passenger planes, to have the rights to fly around on them and own everything the shareholder owns everything as the landlord, sovereign, native owner. So that's what I'm promoting that on this video with uh, John Kennedy, Neely Kennedy, and for the common law people of the land. Okay, who's there? There's Nikki. I don't know which Nikki that is, but I can tell it's one that's been following me for a long time. Balfour Declaration, yes, that's right. I know all that stuff. Native of these lands, yeah, that's right. It's the right way to talk. And he certainly is. Yeah, so I'm picking the good people and the poor mums getting slammed around and the the mums that lost their kids and getting their families split up, even the immigrants that are getting sent out, I feel for them because they work hard. They come to work and to take the opportunity, but the law is being harsh because there's good ones and there's bad ones. You got rotten apples right in the middle of it, and some who talk too much and rip the other ones off. And the immigrants are making a mess because the British started that racket off and let the dogs in. And what happened? You can't get the dogs out because they're settled in and they have rights. They're trying to have rights for the immigrants, but Neely is gone. John Neely Kennedy's gone and busted them all up because he doesn't like all the filth and lies in front of him. I wouldn't like lies too. I don't like looking at Cash Patel telling so many lies to hide Trump. And Trump is a real estate man. I know what he's like. He's like Eddie Mitchell, steal the money and go and buy golf courses and buy himself. He was there building and on the 9/11. He was already in it to build a new one while Kelly was picking up all the dead people in the blown up 9/11. Trump was making money out of it. Okay, and I don't like dirty real estate people who do that and go and blow up other countries to get over them and take them over. That's real theft of someone's sovereign lands. And even Venezuela, he's there trying to tell them that's his with all the oil and all that minerals and stuff there. He wants for himself, just like Eddie Mitchell wants it all for his family and him. Well, I'm going to strip you, Eddie Mitchell. I'm going to strip it all off you if you can't refute my AI robot. Right? Your time is up. You can't steal my intelligence. That's a Moai intelligence that you're not an indigenous native. You are an import from Australia, New South Wales prison convict, just like Willie Jackson and John Tamahiri. Thompson, right? The Thompsons that changed their name to Tamahiri, then built the town of Tamahiri in Hamilton and took all the land. Well, I'm going to take it all off you. I'm going to take it all off you because your name is going to have to be ID and you were living here, born here. Well, I don't want you here because you're a crooked little sod and you put me down all these years. You and all the rest of your marriage put me down and you thought you were clever until the mortgage comes back to get you off the land and give it to the people of New Zealand. Yeah, okay, that's I'm finished with you. I don't want you thugs on these lands anymore having a good time, good lifestyle on the people who are sweat and tears putting tax all together and you don't pay tax. Then, just like Michael Saylor, he's going to get stung to hell when his Bitcoin is going to go to zero because he's not paying tax. He's got a law for himself. His Bitcoin doesn't pay tax. Well, the tax department's coming after you, and I'm behind the tax department too to make you pay up. your share and not get away with it. Okay, so I think I'm better go to sleep because people might hear me too loud, and they always hear me anyway. And in these caravans, I want to get going to Kawa Island and start putting all the project together in Helensville in the 10-acre block. I'll go straight in there and set up the original native court back there on that 10-acre block that's got Muhi Manukau's name right on it. Nobody else, not even native grabbers, you fellas are not there. That's the main block in the whole world there of mortgages. That's the lead mortgage, and I'm the lead trustee of that entity and not you imports. You can go back to where you came from and out of the way because you fellas have not produced anything that's worthwhile. You tried to go and make your 200 windmills with Crest Energy. I know. I've been right through you fellas way back then, got the money from the government, didn't even care about me and Moy Manukau. We were the landowners. And you fellas just went right over the top of us, and you're still doing it. You're still trying to steal the British title on the 10-acre block. You've gone and took the SO numbers, survey order. I know all about that because I used to be in the Maori Land Court all the time in Colma Road in Odu, learning how they do it with Mana Te Kanawa. He was the one in charge there. Well, I got a bone to pick with all you people because I used to go in to the Lynn's office in town and sit there all day and night and every day doing everything I wanted to know how it works. And the real estate in Remuera, Harvey's, I was there, and in New Zealand Realties in Epsom, I was there too, in two places. And New Zealand First, I was with them too. It was going good then with Winston Peters, but now he's gone and said Maoris are not indigenous enough. And he's been honest with his Peter's name. He hasn't altered his Peter's name. He still keeps it, which I'm all right with that because he's a best honest politician there is in New Zealand. That's why he's still going. He's a Muldoon man, and I know them back to front. And his men, Tuku Morgan and Toe Henry, they all backfired on him and went against him. See, I was there right in the middle of them because I was in that party, the New Zealand First Party, when it first started. My kids were little kids then, but they're big now. They were only 6 years old going to those meetings. Yeah, I know. I was with the Japanese people, the Parsons in Auckland. They Fred Parsons and his mum there, or his wife, and I was with their family all the time in Japan. Okay, I went there to live with the people in Japan, real nice people, to do the aqua farms here. They're going to do the aqua farms when I get going with the project on the bridge, 4 kilometres long, 100 metres wide, 30,000 people on it, and 9 stories high, 50,000 to cost to build, and 150 50 billion US dollars to build from China, ready to go. They've got the plans already. I've got to pay 2 billion to get it going, the first one there. It's ready to go with PricewaterhouseCoopers and Transpower Energy and Vector and Contract Energy ready to go. That was supposed to build in 2012 and 2018. I didn't have the money. Now Eddie Mitchell went and steal the money. They're supposed to go and put the bridge up and all over the world. And each bridge is 150 billion turnover a year from a 50 billion turnover cost. And it takes 1 year to pay off each bridge to get 3 more bridges on after that, up, straight up. So I just buy the whole container ship and put everything in there and just come bang the whole lot up. Because I'm in the building industry with Manager Hill, back then with my brother in Wellington and in Newtown, and next to the hospital. He lived there, and I lived there too. And we were there with Andrew Koo, the Malaysian accountant that was looking after the business. So there, that just shows you I've been through a lot in my early years. 76 now. I'm just 2 years older than John Kennedy, and he's a little starling beside me. And he might be our attorney, but got a lot of experience as well, just like him. If we put those two heads together, you'll get a big bonfire. Okay, you'll get a good bonfire going. Catch you live. Who said catch you live? Somebody said that. So anyway, I'm just having a little yap to myself. I'm falling asleep because I know I'm getting tired or get tired, and maybe it's the medication making me go to sleep. But I've got to get up, stay up, or go to sleep and wake up at 1 o'clock and go and talk to John Kennedy in America. So I've had my little talk to Brian Ferro in Quantexa. That's the money laundering experts in London. They should see all the red flags of Eddie Mitchell all over, paws all over the place, and his finger marks are all over the bottled water company bottle in China, in Utah, in Queenstown, and in Taupo and Hawke's Bay. The water bottling companies all over the country is with the Chinese company um, Beijing, and I'm going to get them investigated and take the whole bloody lot of them. Okay, what's what I do as a mortgage broker? When you start mucking around with somebody's contract, you're going to get the gun, go in prison, and you're caught. I know there's a lot of people from China doing bad things because Eddie Mitchell saying he's the least landowner. Well, we're going to see if he's any worth a landowner when he go to court. They're going to ask him the first thing, where's your deed? And he's going to say, oh, here it is, but it's got my name on it, not his. They said, this doesn't belong to you. You stole it. I said, yeah, he did. He stole it. I want it back. Belongs to the people, not one man. And the Freemasons should know better because they're in the mess too. It's liable to everybody. 17 trillion has libeled every corporate under the sun. It's going to get banged up with this one mortgage. And then he's gone and spun the whole thing over to borrow more money from the bank. And that bank will be the racecourse bank for racehorses in Scotland. So Scotland has got a problem because that's where the Manukau Land Company came from, Glasgow and Edinburgh. It was the Manukau Land Company of the Scots that put it together in Helensville, the Manukau Land Company. That's how it started. Then it changed to the New Zealand Company. They changed its name. The Maoris, the Mischief Maoris in Wellington, with the Pākehā's Mischief ones from New South Wales, they changed the Manukau's name into New Zealand Company, Pākehā's and Mischief Maoris, and then they changed it again to the New Zealand and Waitemata Company in Auckland with Ngāti Whātua. Orake and Ngāti Whātua Ki Kaipara. It was Ki Kaipara before, now they changed it, like changing their underpants to Ngāti Whātua O Kaipara and switched it out, but they haven't got a date beside their signatures. What does that tell you? It's not a contract. It's just a bluff to make out that they are the owners of a British title until the British see it. The robot can see it. He knows. He said, something's wrong here. See? So the Maoris are in trouble. You're already, because I've warned you, you're going to have to go to the Supreme Court in London because I'm forcing you in there. I set it up with Judge Mackey right back in 2009, right? Judge Mackey and Christy Irving, yes, she was the secretary there. And so that's still there. And that's where Quantexa is in the same building. It's over there. Just this Quantexa money laundering company is right there where the Supreme Court is, where I'm going to chuck all you Maoris in there to go and own up to mischieving with my title with Moai Manukau in Helensville. You put your name right over the top of it, and you put Sir Hugh Carfrew's name right over the Manukau's name and the Wanoa's name. I'm the writer, a script writer of all the Manukau history of Freemasons and the Freemasons in London and in America now. I'm that author, okay? Surrogate King William III of Orange and Surrogate King William IV. I can talk for them. You can't. Nobody can because you don't have the flag authority or jurisdiction to do it. It has to come from a court of origination. That's the Kaipara Magistrate Court that went to the League of Nations, then it went to the United Nations, then into the World Court. That's the court I'm going to take over in the World Court from this line of activity. All right? It's timeline of events. I've got it right in here. And Eddie Mitchell has nothing on it. He can't stand there and recite how he got the money and the land. With a Mitchell name is not indigenous. That's a British name. You can't come and steal a British land from a native, then put your name on it, Mitchell, and then go and plead ignorance to the British and say, oh, I'm a Maori, because that's why they made the Maori tribe, to hide the Pākehā in it, with a dirty surname like Mitchell and Tamahiri Thompson and Pomare Palmer. Pomare is Palmer, a white man, and the Kawharu is not a real Kawharu. The real Kawharu is Hona Kawharu in Whakatū Marae in Nelson and Derville Island. Those are the real ones. And Koatas, I know because I brought them up to Auckland with myself because Mohi told me to go and get them. Right, so I went to get them, and he says, don't listen to Tainui, don't listen to Ngāti Whātua, don't listen to Arawa, don't listen to anyone. You listen to me. I'll tell you, go up One Tree Hill. If they try to stop us, and Mohi said, no, don't worry about them, go straight up. And I said, I'm writing the letters to the council and to Tainui and to Arawa and to Ngāti Pro and to Ngāti Whātua to clear the way because we're going up the hill. See? And we went straight up, right in front of them. And now I'm doing it again, right in front of them to chuck them in the court. And you go and plead your innocence there. How the hell did you get over the top of me and Moai Manukau and the Moai statue? How did you do that? Well, you've got a lot of explaining to do, and you've got to go and prove who you are with your ID and your born in New Zealand. And if you're operating a company somewhere else, you're going to get kicked over there. All you people that are working with the government of Wellington, you're going to all get kicked out because I'm going to make sure you get kicked out because you're not here for us. You're only there for yourself and your self-employed business as property developers and as selling crypto salesmen. You are salesmen and property. You're buying property and putting it in crypto to hide it. Well, I know all about crypto now. I'm going to dissolve it. I'll get some people who are pissed off at you to come with me and dissolve you because I'm teaching Pare what to do. And she is going to be very good at dissolving people. You see what happened with Tainui? The iwi is buying all the properties that those people have been there for years. And now they're going to do it to Pare's properties over there in Whakatane. They're going to sell all those state houses and then make the iwi get the money out of you to pay the rent to the iwi that's going to ramp it up. They're going to put, because some of the properties got peppercorn rent, that the hapu has been paying peppercorn rent, but the iwi's been told you have to get market rates for it and collect the full amount. And that's the government telling them, you're on your own. We don't have to look after you anymore. We'll bill you. Strawman, yeah. Well, it's a strawman. I know about strawman. And yeah, I'm taking the court in the district court in Auckland to court for stealing my birth certificate and making me wait a whole year after they put me in prison. They were helping themselves to my birth certificate value. So now they're putting your birth certificate in a crypto, and you won't have the same $1 million per birth certificate anymore. It'll be all crypto. You're made of shrapnel, bits of bitcoins. You won't have enough to buy $100 worth of crypto, Bitcoin, because they say you can only have a little Satoshi of a Bitcoin. You're only worth a little shrapnel. Strawman, I've been through all. I've been 50 years at it, and still come out because the marriage were in my road. He certainly is native of these lands. So every native in their country, I'm there for you. So if you're an immigrant, you get sent home, you get all the benefits from this. You'll get all the benefits if you join up as a member. Then I'll spread all the wealth to you if you go home and get your minerals back, because I'll put an injunction right over your land to put it back into your ownership. Okay, that's the whole idea. Go home and kick them off your land because they only want the resources, and they put you in England or somewhere else where you can't get on with people, so you'll end up fighting. Better to go home, and this will take care of everything for you, pay for everything for you in the end. He certainly is native of the. I think I said enough. I better go and have a rest. And Thompson's tummy here now. Take care, John. Good. Yeah. I'm going to have a rest because I'm tired. I've got a lot on my mind. I've got somebody that's going to take over the um, recruiting of management to run the business. And it's going to come from anywhere. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you're a qualified banker, then you go straight in, and this guy is going to do it. I don't know where he's from, but it don't worry me where you're from, because you're going to be a shareholder of your country as part of a big cooperative. So it's all going to look a little better than one man band. I don't want to be a one man band trying to control everybody. I just want to make some satisfaction from all my years of battling up against the government here. And a lot has happened. I'm still here, still the same. I haven't changed my tune. It's still saying the same song, and the same project is still there. Nobody's built the bridge yet because it's too big for anybody. And it's everything in one place. The farms, the pig farm, the cow farm, the fish farm, everything's on the bridge in one place. The bank and all the hotels, everything is there. But that's all over the world. And I get one going, bang, it'll go right through the world. And you just hop in it and go and live a better life than what they're trying to say. You're going to be free with a crypto. No, I don't believe in any crypto. I don't believe in, because it's a one-way track. I don't like people with too much control, and you're going to be left with shrapnel while they feed themselves and nobody else. So there, everybody in Parliament is self-employed with 3 jobs. One as a state servant getting paid from our tax. Two, there are salespeople for crypto, selling crypto at Chris Luxon is selling his for $550. Donald Winston Peters is selling his for $450, and everyone else is selling theirs for $400. So there's some discrepancy there in whose is worth more than the other. See, so that's not a fair game. There's only some for the boys and some for little for you. And you've got to buy the little bits of Satoshis, which is not a good playing field. And it's really sad that I'm watching this happen in front of my eyes when I'm there for the people who can't fend themselves, especially the mothers and their kids that are going off the track and getting into trouble and can't get out of it because the government is gone and put them in a home and put them with dangerous people that rape them, and that's part of their skill is to go and rape them, murder them, and then make something out of them as collateral for their business. See, so I don't like that. I don't like those things because I want to see the end of it, and I want to see more happier people than anybody going up to Waitangi every year to cry. I'm finished going up there. I'm not going there anymore because it's all over. There's some move on. We got to move on with the technology that's leaving everyone behind. If you're stuck in the past, you're going to miss the boat because the Chinese are at least 50 years ahead of everybody and they only want the economy. I'm there for the economy and it's 18 years late, but still not late enough because I want to get on with it and start building it because I'm ready to build now. I just need to get Kennedy on side and Brian Ferro in London on side, and it's gone. I just get the money back from Eddie Mitchell, put them in jail, him and his Chinese in jail. They're going in jail because I know I've got those letters up there, the PDF files on my website and on Facebook. You can see the PDF files of the Chinese water bottling company just taking the land because Eddie Mitchell said he's the owner of the land, and that's false. It is false, and Alfred Mitchell is just as bad. His brother is helping him to get their Mitchell name that's American and that's Australian and British name over these lands in their ownership. All right? Those people are not the original landowner. All the ones who are the genuine ones are thrown in the rubbish and killed off. All those Morioris go killed off. And I feel for them because I'm there for Mohi Manukau to get something out of it instead of nothing and getting chucked in the gutter and buried alive. I've got all the unmarked graves of Mohi Manukau took me, and I've gone and filmed the whole damn lot because I want compensation for that. That means seizure of the land. I'm going to seize the whole country. One bang shot. Okay? Watch what I do as a mortgage broker because I'm good at it on paper until it goes into law. Okay, so the robot is legalese to put things into law so that I can go and help the people to get what they own back in their ownership and control their own country and their future. Okay, that's just I've got to be neutral. That's what the robot told me. Stop talking danger because it'll only attract danger. If you start talking danger, it'll bring danger. So just let me do all your documents so you don't get in trouble. See, so there you go. Okay, I'm going to go now. Thank you for people having a listen because without anybody, it's nothing. Doesn't make my life any better because I'm starting to slow down now and I want to go on the Kawa Island and settle down with the people as a community. Everybody pitch in, have the markets there, have your own homegrown garden, have your own divers, and everybody look after each other, have a little community and self sustaining ideas. There's a few of those down the South Island, got community developments, but the government's gone and split them up and messed it all up. And that's what they want, chaos. Well, they can get their chaos out and take it somewhere else because I don't want chaos anymore. Okay? So, anyway, I'm going to go now and have a little break and wait for the next round with America. Okay? Bye for now. Turn it off. That's YouTube. Okay, bye. It's now 23:31 minutes. That's going on 10, going on to 11. I'm going to wait till 2 in the morning. Bye for now. Live with the end. End.